Hello, Tora-Thon viewers, and welcome to Wario Land Virtual Boy. The first game, I think, to ever be directly captured from a Virtual Boy in a live marathon. So that's exciting. So yeah, let's get going. Time starts now. I should have said something, but I didn't. Oops, my bad. So this is Virtual Boy Wario Land. Mechanics so far, you got your dash, and you've got your jump, and you got your run button. There will be more to build on in a bit, but first we're going to get this power up, and this will get us the Horned Helm, which is a better dash. And with this, A, it's our fastest movement option for right now, but B, we can actually do a skip here. You see, you're supposed to go into the background, but instead, what you can do is you can kind of loop over that pit of lava that you're not supposed to be able to get over. And in doing so, straight to the exit. Every level has a key and an exit, and your goal is to get the first and then go to the second. So there's 14 levels, with every fourth level being a boss. Here's level 2. Now, the big thing about this run is that the challenge comes from one thing and one thing only. Do not lose your power-up. That's actually not true. There's a lot of challenge, but that's the big thing, is do not lose your power-up. So I'm going to be working very hard to keep this power-up. Ideally, I will not lose this Horned Helmet, period. Although I can lose it, I'm going to replace it with something else later. So these enemies like to appear from doors, so you really do just have to have them all memorized, where all them are. With perfect timing, you can actually not lose any momentum, which I actually got there. Dashing through that enemy, it's because you kind of bump into it as you land. Anyway, here's our underwater level. This is one of the scarier levels. I really can't afford to take a hit here. It's fairly costly to take a hit. I'll lose like 10 seconds. These fish have kind of weird hitboxes. You can, so long as you don't get chomped, you can actually just sit on top of them. If you're any form of big warrior, Horned Helmet or not, you can break those little blocks. So that'll let you save some time. Here, if you just hold left and mash, you can actually get past that fish every single time without having to wait a cycle. Ooh, perfect mashing. You know if your mashing is perfect if you open all the boxes there. You move slightly faster underwater if you're mashing. That block right there you can only break with the Horned Helm, and you have to go all the way around if you don't have it, so it's really important not to lose the Horned Helm before then. Gotta be careful with mashing there so you don't accidentally go up. Yep, got it. Getting on a ladder from a dash is actually really precise. Yeah, that's level 3. That's the only pure underwater level, and there's only one more level with water in it at all besides this one. Here we come to our first boss, but before that, every boss is preceded by this same mini-boss. So this mini-boss can get difficult, but for right now, it's really not. All it does is launch itself at you. You want to be standing as close to it as you can, because that way it has less distance to travel back afterwards. And on the second hit, you can launch yourself straight into the boss fight without having to wait. So here we have our first boss fight. This one, you're supposed to run left and right to dodge this spike ball, but with perfect timing, you can actually stand perfectly still. The timing for this isn't too tricky, but it does require a little bit of practice. What this helps you do is that when the boss comes across, you'll be right positioned to hit the boss, like, as soon as possible to get that hit in. So it's a bit faster to do it this way than to do the boss the intended method. The boss has 3 hits, and then it dies. You move a little faster going down if you ground pound, but I can't ground pound right away in that jump because if I did, I would take a hit. Because the little spiky orb actually starts on top of the boss's head. So I need to delay it a little bit with the jump time. Alright, so that's the first boss. So now coins rain from the sky, and as we all know, Wario famously hates money. So we're going to try to dodge as many coins as possible. This doesn't actually save any time. It's just more fun than trying to collect the coins. Unfortunately, bad luck here. You don't want to jump to dodge them because then you risk losing actual time if Wario's theme doesn't end during the boss fight. Or doesn't end, or ends while Wario's in the ground, rather. So not risking wasting time for my dumb joke, but, you know, pretty bad coin dodging. It's a good thing it doesn't matter even slightly. So here we go to the woods. Shoutouts to Wario's Woods. This level is going to introduce us to the power-up that's going to be our new best friend, because friendship with the horned helmet is over. Because now we have the eagle cap. And the eagle cap lets you do a dash in the air, or lets you like flap in the air, but there's also a second property that I'm not sure if it's intentional or not. But if you jump, you can actually do your dash from your jump with the eagle helmet on, and that will let you do like a bunch of skips. You can gain a ton of height by jumping during that dash. Again, I have no idea if that's intentional, but right here, we can use the eagle hat to just skip. You're supposed to go all the way back around the level, but you can actually get back up the way you drop down to get the key. And that actually is, losing your eagle hat before that is the worst thing you can possibly do, because that loses about 2 full minutes. So here we have more fun with Eagle Hat. This is the only other level with water in it. This one doesn't really have big underwater sections. In fact, we're never really going to be going underwater except for to dodge that one thing. Ah. That Kappa was a jerk, but we got there. So you can mash A to climb this waterfall. We're going to take a little running jump to get up first. And I'm going to try for a really hard trick here. No. You can skip breaking that third block with, like, perfect timing. It's very minor. Okay, and we went out of our way here. This key's right here. Okay, so now we get to do this, and now we get to climb. Once we get out of here, we get to climb a big section of the waterfall. The waterfall is probably my least favorite thing in the game, just because you climb faster if you mash faster, which means it hurts my hand. That pipe was not playing nice. So we're first going to gain a little height by doing that. Now we have to mash our way up the waterfall, so I'm going to hunch over my controller a little bit and just press the A button as fast as I can. I actually think it's called the 1 button on this controller, but that's besides the point. Virtual Boy controller, it has 2 D-pads for some reason. So then, got to get through there. If you mash fast enough, you can actually avoid having to go back around the loop, even if you get your positioning slightly wrong. So that's that level. Glad to be through it. So this level has a really tough trick in it, which I'm going to go for. Fortunately, there's no penalty for going for it. In fact, trying and failing it is faster than not trying it at all. What we're going to do is we're going to do this. We're going to dash under here. We're going to land up here, and oop, got it. That saves a ton of time because you get to skip a little auto-scroller section where you have to ride on one of these tornadoes. We have to wait this time for the tornado to do that. That trick is actually really tough, so I'm happy I got it in the marathon. So now we get to see our third power-up. That's okay. That actually does not matter even slightly. But our third power-up is going to show up here. And that's the reason that doesn't matter at all, is because we have to pick up the third power-up. The third power-up is the crocodile helmet, and it is just bad. So you can't dash if you have this helmet. It's worse than the base state power-up, like Big Wario with no helmet. I'm going to take an intentional hit there to get rid of it. That's the only time you'll see it. If you have the dragon cap, when you put that on, it actually combines with the... Or if you have the other thing, the... Words are failing me. The eagle cap, when you put it on, they'll actually combine. and you won't be able to replace it with another Eagle Cap. These look like a hit, but if you jump as soon as you hit that sand, you can actually get out before the thing will hurt you. Oops. Gonna get another Horned Helm here because we don't have an Eagle Cap. We'll get another Eagle Cap soon, and if I make 0 mistakes for the rest of the run, we'll keep it for the rest of the run. However, that's not gonna happen, but, you know, that's technically the fastest thing you can do. Anyway, now you have round 2 of this guy. Now he fires 3 missiles before jumping. You want to be ducking when he fires the missiles. This way he won't, like, rise up to do it, which is a little faster. It's very minor time save, but it is time save. Oof. I almost messed that up. That's fine, though. And this is the easiest boss in the game. It's a bit annoying casually because you have to know how it works, but once you know how it works, it's pretty easy. So this boss will just kind of, like, flop over to you. First time, it's not actually really there. But then it'll kind of dive down. And what you need to do is you need to stand on the opposite side of it. If you're facing it, when it rises up, it'll see that you're there, get scared, and go back down. But other than that, all you need to do is not stand under the boss. And make sure you're standing on the opposite side that you were walking in when the boss landed. 3 hits of this, and that'll be that. You just gotta... You don't have to make sure to get him in a 1-tile gap. By the way, if you jump in the sand, it doesn't actually kill you. You can just stand in here. Anyway, round 2 for the coin dodging game. The best strategy for this round of coins is to hide in a hole, because a lot of the coins will bounce over you if you're hiding in the hole. Although not... Oh wow, we are getting terrible coin luck. Wario's gonna leave. Still pretty poor because we're still not picking up any other coins. But hey. There's, of course, you get different ranks in this game based on how many coins you pick up. It's rank, I think, S to D. We're, of course, going to get a D rank. Anyway, here we have the only level in the game with RNG. And we got good RNG for the first half. You need to get these watermelons, and where the watermelons drop when you get one is random. So you can wind up waiting for a watermelon for like 10 seconds. But not that first time, so that was good. Anyway, hello, new Eagle Cap. Oof. Oof, that was unfortunate. It's okay, there's another Eagle Cap next level. Anyway, good watermelon RNG will make up for that, because we got both watermelons right away. There's actually a third watermelon game, but we're not gonna play it, because the third one, every level, which you probably wouldn't know just from watching this run, but every level actually has a hidden treasure in it. And you can collect them all for like a secret ending or something. I'm not sure, I've never done it. But the third one is for the secret treasure. And those watermelon games, the timing is actually real tight on those. So I don't typically like to do that. So I don't typically like them. It took a lot of practice to even be able to do the intended mechanic. My casual playthrough of that level took me like an hour. So I'm going to pick up an Eagle Cap here. There's one in this chest for backup. Now, I'm going to have to wait for this to cycle, but actually the time I'm losing here to having to pick up that cap is actually going to be negated, and I'll explain... Whoops. I'll explain why in a second. So here we have this friend. This is a mini-boss. It's pretty easy. All it does is spit these things down. You hop on one's head, pick it up, bam. You can skip this cutscene where the door opens, but it actually loses more time than it saves, if you can believe that. And the reason why is because this whole level depends on that little in-game timer on the bottom right of the screen. And basically, you have to go to skip the cutscene. You have to go through an extra door transition, and the thing doesn't count down when you're going through door transitions. So skipping the cutscene is actually slower. It doesn't really matter what you do so long as you stay not extra door transitions or picking up power-ups. Anyway, so this is why this thing will open and give us a key at every 1 minute mark. The timer starts at 20. You have to wait there just for that thing to open. I had to look that up. I had to look that up when playing casually because I just got stuck there. I really don't like that puzzle. But yeah, that's that level. The only part of that that actually applies to time save is that little dash at the end. But it's still got some cool stuff in it. And casually, you will not get to that area in 1 minute. The whole level is a huge maze. So this is the hardest level in the game. It's got these little flippers. And you need to be very careful not to land in the lava. I can actually take one hit in the early level, although it will cost me time. It won't be anything devastating. But after this set of flippers, I need to be careful. I'm taking riskier strats here just because I have that safety. Now, if I do take a hit, I can finish the run and everything, but there's basically a full minute of time save that I can have. I'm not expecting to be able to keep this hat, but there's basically a skip that I can... Yep, it's gone. It's okay. Ooh, well, I might still... On the plus side to that death, I might be able to make the skip now. This level's really hard, so I'm not surprised I took a death here. So now we have to do this without the eagle hat, which is a little harder. So we're just going to take this pretty carefully. Oh, that's okay. I have a free hit there. Alright, so there's another wing cap over here. So yeah, there's one in this box. You do need to pick up a different power-up just to open the box, but, you know. Alright, so now we're back in this room again. This room is tough. Whoop. Oh well. Gonna pick this up mostly for safety's sake. Alright, so, yeah, let's see if we can get up here fast enough. Not quite. It's okay, we need to get the key, so we'll wait for these to turn back on. Oof. Okay, so now this room, there's gonna be some enemies that spawn up from the ground, and, like, freeze the stage. So as a result, I'm going to want to spend as much time in the air as possible, because they can't actually hit you, or they can't actually stun you if you're in the air. But it's kind of, it interacts weird with the wing cap, where you have to be in certain specific animations in the air if you're having that. Whoops. That doesn't matter. So now we get to fight this one. This version shoots out little bars of fire instead of missiles. This one's pretty much just as easy as the last one. The fire bars are a little longer than the missiles, so they're a little harder to jump off of, or around, but you have a really floaty jump in this game, so it's not that bad. Anyway, so now time for the third boss. The boss itself isn't too rough, but there is a quick kill here. And I've been practicing it a lot. This quick kill is probably the toughest thing to do in the game. So I might miss it, but I'm gonna go for it. So first I need to lure the boss over here, then I need to jump across, I need to hit this. Now if I land perfect frame, this is a frame perfect trick. I got it once. That's still pretty good. You can actually get infinite hits on there. That was still really good, getting the half of the quick kill. Anyway, round 3. Same as round 1. Now you can actually cheat this one by going in the background and dodging all the coins. Because coins don't spawn in the background. But that's cheating. So here we're into our last. So here we're going into our last normal level. Now you can skip half this level if you have a wing cap. Unfortunately, the game does not give you a wing cap until the end of this level. So we can't do that, but what we can do is do the level as intended. So we have all these little spike ball things. Oof. Yeah, this room's hard. Took a little bit of a fall, but that's okay. So fun fact, you can actually kill these spikes if you throw enemies at them. Anyway, we're going to go through that room. Anyway, we need a dash helm for the next room. And you can actually break the thing on the pipe and go through the pipe if you press up on the same frame as breaking it. You're not supposed to be able to do that, but it's a little exploit. You can save a little bit of time like that. Okay, so I'm going to have to be careful in this room because it's really easy to get hit, and I was kind of hoping I would have that damage boost, so... Yeah, look at this. Oof. It's okay. It's okay. Some of the stuff you go through the level with done, this was baked into my estimate because this game is hard. So let's go through this room again. I'm going to take this little whatever it is hostage. Or not. There we go. It murdered one of the spike balls for me. I knew it could do it. Oh, heck. As I said, frame perfect. I actually have to go back down. Because you need this horned helm to make it into the next area. Alright, we're still on pretty good pace, all things considered. So, round 2, eh? Okay, so through the pipe. My display went out, so I have no idea what I'm looking at. I paused the game. Okay. No? Okay, we're good. We're back. I don't know what happened there.
I'm assuming the cable just wiggled.
That is a time loss, but not... But whatever. Marathons, am I right? So I'm just going to be reckless through here. I actually didn't get hit. I was expecting to. I just was going to get that cap anyway. And I want to have a flight cap here, so I can save a little bit of time in the next room. And also because it's the best hat and the fastest one to have. So now we're going to go get the key. So you may have seen the key at the beginning. So we're going to go drop back down and grab that properly. So through the door. Through the pipe. Yep, we have to go all the way back around. So we have to go through this room again. And now I'm going to try not to get hit. You know what? It doesn't really matter. I don't need the flight habit anymore. Alright, so for safety, I'm going to pick up this hat. All this is really going to afford me is a extra hit. The ability is completely useless. Doors. So now we're just going to run across. We're almost at the end of this really long level. Yeah, throw that in, and now we just have all that's left is the pre-boss and the final boss. So this pre-boss is actually harder than anything else in the game, or any other boss in the game so far. It fires out this missile, which keeps tracking you throughout. Somehow I canceled out the sound effect there. So it can't fire 2 missiles. If one's already on the screen, one will fall. So yeah, I got that. And now the final boss is harder than the pre-boss. That actually went really well. That boss can be... That missile zooming everywhere following you can be an absolute nightmare. So I'm going to need a bit of quiet for this one. Basically, there's a very specific, precise trick you need to do for a quick kill. So I'll explain it after I do it, if I succeed, because I might mess it up. By the way, time's coming up on the 5th hit. Oof. It's okay. You can still get the partial. Even killing this boss normally is also really hard. It took me 3 hours to beat this boss casually. Time. So what I did there was you need to start walking from the left of the screen at a specific point when the boss is going upwards, but slight variations in that actually change your cue of when you're supposed to jump. So it's not consistent, so actually doing it is unpredictable. But hey, that's fine. Alright, yeah, that's Virtual Boy Wario Land. This game is fun. I would actually recommend playing it. It is not easy, though. I would warn you on that one. Anyway, how'd we do on coins? Oof. About 0. Sorry? So apparently what I didn't know, because I never collect the hidden treasures, is that if you get a game over, you lose your hidden treasures and have to go back to the beginning of the game if you want to get them. Some of them.